Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Space Engineers. This is Ragnar. When we left off, we parked our first cargo ship kind of precariously on this hillside here. But what I told you guys was that I would be mining down here in this hole, which we have done. But let's just go quickly into first person mode. We'll open up our heads-up display. And it's deep down in this hole. Got a nice deposit of gold and silver. And we have packed our ship to the gills. You can see I've really followed this vein pretty far back here. Yeah, and just in case I haven't shown it yet, this is what gold looks like when it spawns in the world naturally. And we just gotta be careful not to get lost down here. Let's turn on our lights so we can see a little bit better. Down here is the silver deposit, and it's a good one. A big old block of silver. It's really nice when you're in the middle of it. You can just kind of chop it right out, and you don't get a lot of this stone mixing in with the silver, and it just makes it easier to pick up. But oh, and this is what I'm talking about when I say getting lost down here. It's difficult to see where no, that's not the exit. Where exactly the exit is. So let's okay, here we go. That's good. So yeah, we're pretty deep down in the earth here. You can see I've really removed a lot of material. Let's find our way back out. And then we'll take a peek in our ship's inventory. You guys can see exactly what I've been collecting here. Let's turn those lights back off so we're not wasting energy. And in here, we have 91.2 thousand kilograms of gold and a little bit extra in the cockpit here. Same thing with the silver, another 91.2 thousand kilograms. Now, I'm a little bit nervous, so yeah, I've got a little bit extra on myself as well. But I'm a little bit nervous because I have not tried to fly this ship with that much weight on it. And this is the real test of its mettle. If we can get it home safely without crashing the ship. So let's fire up our thrusters. We'll release the landing gear. I'm a little nervous about that. Alright, they're unlocked. Let's see if we got enough thrust. Oh yeah. Oh good. Okay, we've got enough thrust to get off the ground. But the real question is, do we have enough thrust to get going and to stop? And you want to be really, really, really careful with your own ships when you get going, and watch your speed down there on the bottom right. The more speed you have, the more momentum you have, because you're carrying so much mass. You really run the risk. See, I'm completely off the throttle, and it's taking us this long to slow down. Oh, way past. All right, we'll just let it stop. And be really, really careful coming in. Same thing for when you're descending. Although we do have a lot of thrust in the upward direction, so we're pretty good there. But let's just bring it in really, really gently. And can we... yeah, let's be careful we don't hit anything. I do want to land a little bit close to our refinery, though, because as it stands, we don't have a good means of transferring our items. So we're going to want to be kind of close, so we can just go back and forth and pick up what we need to pick up. Oh, I got the thruster glitch going on again. Just touch down ever so gently. I'm waiting for that landing gear to light up. Are we touching in the back? No, we're not touching in the back. There we go. Lock the landing gear, turn off our thrusters, and jump out. So we made it back safe, and that's fantastic. I'm very happy about that. I was a bit nervous that we were going to try and fly this guy back from the mining trip and crash it right into the base, and that would be a tragic, sad day. So let's see what we got going here. Still some nickel, some uranium. That'll take quite a while to smelt up. But we will start transferring our items over. Now you can see how this is going to be kind of a pain in the butt. So we definitely need to get going on some sort of connector system so that we can offload this nice and easily. But But also, we really need to start with a base here. I mean, this is a little sad. We're a little exposed. And it's just nice to have a little building. You feel a little bit more secure and a little more established. So we're going to go with what we were talking about in a couple episodes ago. We'll start forming a building around here. I'll see if I can do something that doesn't look too drab. But we'll keep our landing pad out here. So the idea is that somewhere in the center of this landing pad, we're going to be having a connector. So we can fly our ship in, we can park it, we'll hook up the connector, and we'll offload all of our goods. They'll go straight into the refinery, into the system, and it won't require any manual labor from us, such as this, where we're clicking in, double clicking, grabbing, dropping it in, clicking in, grabbing, and dropping it in. Pain in the bum, and you guys don't want to watch that. That's boring. So we'll make a cut here, and when we come back, we're gonna show you what we've got for modifications here. And we're gonna have to modify this ship as well, because the connector is only large, of the large size, so we don't have a tiny connector that will go on the small conveyor connection here on our storage containers. So we'll have to do it on this side. So what we may end up doing is we'll take our power source, our large reactor, maybe move it up close up to the front where this guy is, and then we'll move this back one, or we'll just swap these two. We'll swap the reactor with this guy, have everything hooked back up, and then we'll put a connector right on the back, and then from the floor of the base, we'll have something coming up through, plug it into the back there, and everything will be hunky-dory. So I will show you what we've got when we come back. Guys, I don't know how to tell you this, but this is what I have for you. I crashed the ship. So just to give you a little bit of context here, we are actually several real-world days later and many, many hours into trying to fix what seems to be a rather confusing issue relating to the way that items are moved around from inventories. So I rebuilt the ship several times, and the thing that I'm struggling with is I would store my materials, you know, like my the components, the motors, the interior plates, glass panels, so on and so forth, inside the storage in the ship, just to make it easier to build and move things around and whatnot. And they made a change in the patch, I think, that maybe limits what you can do on a small ship, what kind of items you can move back and forth, the inventories and whatnot. And I think it might have something to do with small conveyors, because I tried it over here on these guys, and you can move whatever you want through there. But yeah, on the small ship, we're having an issue. So I rebuilt the ship like several times, and this is what remains of the ship that I finally came up with. And me being the fool, I had built this temporary light structure here because I'm working on the ship. It's dark out. I want to be able to see, obviously, and you know, it'd be nice if you guys could see too. But I had the ship parked here, and I'm working underneath it, you know, putting everything together. And you can see that I took off the large thrusters because I didn't really like the way that they looked. So I went with several small thrusters, both sides, and it just made it a little bit more compact, a little bit more attractive to look at, I think. And not being sure that I would have enough up thrust, I was like, yeah, sure, let's give it a try. Well, I jump in, fire it up, and I shoot straight up into the structure that we built and destroyed the ship somewhat. So what we're going to try to do here, I think, is maybe build onto this guy, see if we can get a working cockpit back in place, and maybe we can bring it back down, but we're going to have to do some serious repair here. Oh, also, when I crashed the ship, I definitely died. So I don't have my elite welder anymore, or excuse me, my... What kind of welder was it? I don't remember. So we're gonna have to go back to the olden times and use the really slow welder, which is a shame. But we'll make a new one. We'll probably jump straight to elite. Actually, I don't think I can do that quite yet because I don't have platinum. And if I understand correctly, platinum is not available on the planet. So let's just try to touch some of this stuff up. Oh man, this thing is so destroyed. Yeah. So I'm gonna do my best to get this guy down from here. It's just hovering right now under its own power, smashed into the side of our base. But yeah, here, let's see what we got. Do we have a cockpit in here? Yeah, right there. Alright. Sad, tragic day. And let's change that back to blue, just to fit the theme of the ship. I think... Is that correct? There you go. No, I pushed it all the way against. Alright. Yeah, there we go. Alright. So let's see what we... Oh, God. Are you falling? We need interior plates, displays, computers, bulletproof glass. Alright. Let's see if we can get some of that stuff. Interior plates. Bulletproof glass. Computers? Construction components, why not? Yeah, let's see how that does us. Yeah, so tragic, sad day. I hope I can get this ship down and that we can fix it, because, 5 displays. That we can fix it, because I put a few days into it, honestly. It's a very sad time for me. Do we have displays? Yes, we have displays. Alright. But, you know, as I said earlier in the season, you know, we are going to stick with the consequences of our actions, and, you know, that's my fault. I made some mistakes, and, you know, this is how it is. You pay when you make mistakes in engineering. Oh, God. And we're dying because we don't have our helmet on. No? Okay. I can not put my helmet on while I'm there. Oh boy, here we go. Now let's get the outside view, because, oh my goodness. Can we zoom out a little, please? Oh boy. Oh, it's relatively controllable. Oh, what a sad, tragic thing, though. Sad turn of events. Alright, so we'll bring this down. Yeah. How are we doing over here? It's got good control. I can't complain too much about that, but we did lose maybe a motor, possibly 2. And, you know, such is life. Such are the perils of engineering in space. And I guess we'll shut her down. Oh, that was not the correct move. Let me just damage this ship a little bit more. Wouldn't that be lovely? Gear is locked. Alright, we'll have to go into the inventory. Yeah, so anyway, I'm going to work on fixing the ship up a little bit, and we'll bring you guys back when it's a little bit more complete and you can kind of look at it and make your judgments for yourself. Let me know what you think of the new design, you know. Just shoot me a comment down in the comment section. I'd be happy to talk about it, and happy to take any pointers or tips you might have. But we'll be right back. Alright, ladies and gents, we're back. And you can see, we've fixed the ship. So, I think as it stands, this is an okay setup. It's a far cry from what we had before. But, I don't know, it's kind of neat. I like it. It's got a bit of a big booty on the back here, but, you know, each design is unique different and special in its own right. Also, we started work on the landing pad here, actually. I intended just to finish that up with you guys. But you know, your standard H pattern, helipad kind of thing going on. And we've got our base connector in place as well. So that's going to give us a target to shoot for when we're coming in with a heavy load of materials. Oh, we need a little bit more steel blocks there. Here, forgive the first person view, if you will. So we'll just finish that up really quick. There we go. And also the tubing underneath. So yeah, this is going to connect, or it's going to rather give us the means to just bring our ship in with a heavy load of stuff, and we'll land it right on that landing pad. The connectors, get them lined up, and everything should hook up. So we're all green. That's all good. So yeah, making some progress here. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Let's just give this guy a little test landing. And fire up the thrusters, release the landing gear. Now, one thing worth mentioning with connectors, they do have a setting on them where you adjust the magnetic attraction between the two. Essentially, when you get close, like within, oh, I don't know, a meter or so, say, they will suck together. See, right there. See, it grabs onto you and sucks you down. And then watch when I hit P to lock the landing gear. There you go, connectors enabled. And one of the coolest things about that, here, sorry about that, is now I can take materials, put them in the cockpit, but I can also access all of my inventory in the base, and I can control everything that's going on here through the control panel. See how we have everything that's listed in white, that's on the ship, and everything listed here in orange, that's everything on the main base. So we can manipulate anything that we need to manipulate there. But let's just try this out. We'll go straight from the cockpit all the way to the large connector. No. Alright, so this is what I'm talking about, or what I was talking about in the previous clip with the issue with the connectors, or rather the small connectors anyway, having a problem, and I couldn't figure out what it was, but my best guess is that it has something to do with them adding into the game a restriction for the types of materials that you can move from inventory to inventory using the large or the small connectors. So I'm thinking, or the conveyors rather, so the small conveyors, I'm thinking you can't move certain things. And but hopefully that doesn't apply to any materials, raw materials that we get while we're out. One last thing I wanted to do here. So we want to name the ship. And I was thinking about it, and feel free to rail against me if you think this is a ridiculous name, but I looked at the big booty on this ship and I just thought, booty haul. Kind of funny. Maybe not that funny. I have a lame sense of humor, but I've made peace with it. So we're going to call it Booty Haul, because it's got a big booty, and it's our hauler. And let's release that. Let's go for a little bit of a flight. Woo. Yeah, she's pretty maneuverable, that's for sure. Oh, one more thing that I really wanted to do. This tree, it's driving me crazy. I really want to knock it down. I don't know of another way to take a tree down aside from hitting it with a ship. So let's get a different view here. And let's back into it. We'll use the big booty as protection. And we'll just slowly try to nudge it over. Can we do it from up here, or do I have to hit the trunk? I might have to. Yeah, I'm flying right through it. Okay. Let's try this again. Yeah. So we'll bring it back. Zoom in a little bit. Ugh. I cannot fly with everything reversed like this. Backing up gently. Ugh, really? I can't push it over. Oh, do I dare hit it? Full thrust. Alright, so we're gonna have to figure something else out there. This is not an ideal situation. But I think it's time. We're gonna try out the conveyor system. So I'm gonna break for a bit, and we're gonna go over here. Let's find our target. That's the one that I'm looking for, uranium. I'm gonna load this baby up on uranium, and I'll bring it back. We'll show you how the conveyor system works, and yeah, that'll be that. We'll be right back. Okay, everyone, welcome back. As you can see, we are down in the uranium mine, being irradiated. In fact, honestly, if I had actually spent this much time in a uranium mine, I think it'd be pretty safe to say that I've got some health issues on the way down the line. But moving out, we've got pretty much everything in this ship full. As you can see, I can't even click anything out. So we are loaded down. Let's see what we weigh. 253, 460. That's pretty heavy. So, moment of truth. We'll see if the 12 small thrusters hold up against the original 4 big ones. Yeah, it's a little sluggish. A little bit. But that's alright. Well, let's bring her home. See if we can get there safely. Yeah, there we are, up on the hilltop there. Yeah, she's slow. We're going to have to be real careful that we don't come in too hot. Let's start slowing down now. Yeah. It's going to be really easy to crash this thing. I even loaded up the connector. That's one nice thing about having a connector on the ship, is it'll hold, I think, 11,000 liters or something like that, which is pretty substantial. It's not as much as one of the medium cargo containers, but it's not bad. So let's get a little further out. Let's just try to set it down really nice. Nice and gentle. Don't want any crashes. We want a successful run. We already had a major crash, which we recovered from, and let's try and remain recovered. There we go. Magnet is engaged. Lock that down. Connectors. Oops. And let's see. Oh, the connector's already dumped off its uranium. We've got a very small amount of uranium left in the medium, that cargo container. So we'll just drag this down straight into the refinery. We are totally maxed out in our refinery, so we'll have to go and put the rest of our raw uranium ore into the large cargo container. It'll filter out automatically as space becomes available. And oh, here we go. Drop that guy in there. We'll bring this in here as well. Excellent, excellent. Oop, turn those guys off. Okay. Well, I think that's going to be it for today, guys. We had kind of an eventful episode. We went for the redesign on this ship. Turned out to be crazy hard. I spent a few days mulling around with it. We did a major changeover. I like how this ship looks. It's you know, it's odd, but it has character. It's got all sorts of angles and things going on. I like to look at it. And yeah, don't worry about this guy. We're gonna take that down because that's ugh. Look at this. This is not how you support a lamppost. But anyway, thanks so much for joining me, guys. Ooh, sorry, I'm blinding you there. I appreciate you coming by. If you feel like it, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave a comment. Always happy to hear from you. And until next time, this has been Ragnar, and thank you so much for watching.